Ice on the menu. I'm so dead. Toony the Tiger. When was the last time I made one of these? So I think the longest gap between two Toony the Tiger episodes was like a year, because I don't even remember what I was doing. I think I was playing Fortnite for a whole year. So this one's not quite as long. It's just I was doing other things, like dusting my room, but apparently not, because it still needs to be dusted. Also, I'm a little bit sick. I'll get into that eventually, probably. I will, maybe. I need water. Toony Tiger needs to do a seal? Was I about to say seal office? I'm on Toon HQ. Where is field office? You'd think these would be alphabetical, but it's not under field office. It's under Cellbot field office. Oh, that's so cool. And every single one is full. All right, you know what, Toony? We're just gonna make our own field office group with the Ninja Turtles. All right, here we go. Sleet Street. Go, Toony, go. How's it going, everybody? It's Pound Mega Snoop, Toony the Tiger episode. Did we hit 90 yet? Is it 90? We're in the retirement home episodes, boys. And Toony got to do a field office to join the Toon Resistance, and I'm gonna talk for a little bit while I wait for this group to fill up. So yeah, what do I address? It's not that I've stopped making Toontown content. Obviously, I've made a couple Toontown videos, and then Corporate Clash just released the 1.3 trailer, and I'm very excited for that. I'm gonna get into that as well. I need to write these down. I'm gonna forget everything. Is this one of my dudes? This is one of my dudes. Welcome, dude. You've left the boarding group. Change your mind? They were in the boarding group, and then they weren't in the boarding group. And now they're gone. Goodbye. I'm getting flashbacks to prom night. Toony, do you have gags? Did I ever check if Toony has gags? Oops. Glad I checked. Toony doesn't have a loadout either. The default loadout is like cupcake squirting flower, so if you've never had one before and you accidentally click it, it removes all of your gags and just gives you one squirting flower and one cupcake. And it's like, that's so bad. It should just be grayed out if you don't have one already saved, instead of just tricking people. All right, we're here. Let's boogie. Toony does a field office. But yeah, I've not made a Toony in a while. I'll address that right now because I can. I just haven't wanted to make a Toony the Tiger. That's what it comes down to, and now I do, and it's that simple, really. I don't hate Toony the Tiger. I didn't abandon Toontown videos. I just didn't feel like making this video specifically. There was a lot of videos I wanted to make specifically. I went out of my way and I made those videos, and I feel really good about making those videos, and I think it's some of my best work. And if you're a regular Toontown viewer, I encourage you to just skim through some of my previous videos, and if you see one about a video game you like, check it out. Maybe you'll like it, and if not, that's okay. You won't hurt my feelings. It's fine. This does 93. I can kill the 8. But yeah, especially in the month of August, there's a bunch of new video games coming out that I'm very excited to be able to play and make videos on. So if any of the upcoming ones sound good to you too, I'm gonna self-advertise my own channel here because this is my channel. Like, where else are you gonna advertise your channel? Are you gonna go to Reddit? Toonbook, which is back up, by the way, for some reason. But Spider-Man is coming to the PC, so I'm gonna play that. There's a new one called Cult of the Lamb that looks pretty good. I wanna play that. The remaster for Destroy All Humans 2 comes out, so I wanna play that one and the first one. Saints Row comes out, and I don't know, I've put a hard maybe on that one. I've thought about it. One that I'm actually interested in playing, not because it's a good game, but because it's interesting, is this Pac-Man remastered. And it looks so bad, but I need to play it. And then right at the beginning of next month, The Last of Us Part 1 comes out, and there seems to be a lot of talk about how it's literally the same game for the third time over again, but that literally never stopped them from playing GTA 5 or Skyrim, so I don't know what all the complaining's about. So that, alongside the new Corporate Clash update that maybe will come out this month, probably not. Listen, I don't have any insider information, but if I did have insider information, the insider information would be probably not. But listen, I don't know. Hey, but I'll be honest, low-key, I'm actually not part of the Corporate Clash partnership program anymore. I haven't really cared to make like an official statement or a video because I just don't care. But I wish them all the best, and that's why I don't have insider information anymore. It's a long story, I'm not gonna get into it. But mixed in with all of those videos and video ideas, I do have another Toony the Tiger and maybe more to come. I'm not gonna promise anything. But the reason I'm doing one now is because I'm in a very special scenario here where I'm in a position that I can't really do a live stream or make videos on anything else, but this is a good enough video that I can sit down and record this, and editing it is not as painful. Because the ironic part is that Toony the Tigers used to be the videos that I put the most editing into. And then if you look at any of my previous videos, Toony the Tigers would actually be considered the least editing, because for the most part, I'm just chopping it up and cutting the parts where I talk and cutting out the parts where I don't. Like, for instance, you would have never seen this. And then maybe I'll add like a funny bit here or there, and that's fine. All right, Toony, let's not get stomped. Or do. Whatever you're into, Toony, I guess. I don't judge. But I just came back from a week-long vacation. Like, I took like a mental break, and then I was working for a little bit, and then we had a pre-planned vacation, so it's like I can't really... I ended up taking a lot of vacation during July, and I probably shouldn't have, and I want to work more, and I came back from vacation ready to work, but wouldn't you know it, literally everybody that went on the vacation got COVID. Ha ha! Now listen, it's not because anyone that was with us wasn't being safe. We were all being safe. There's plenty of pictures around where you could see people taking their tests and wearing their masks. And it just happens to happen that the variant out right now, although its symptoms are tame, it's super contagious. And one person that happened to be going through one of the airports happened to pick it up from somebody else that I'm assuming probably was going through one of the airports, and then unknowingly brought it into the household, and then everybody else got it, and that's just how it is sometimes. Listen, I'm not gonna say who. But just know it's nobody's fault. But because of that, I came home and immediately had to lock myself in my office because I allowed Michael to stay in my room to quarantine, and then everybody else got to stay in their own rooms to quarantine because we have people who live in our living room and they can't necessarily avoid other people or quarantine. So we've had to strategically like place people to make sure that everybody is safe and secure and recovering properly. So if you look right here, I've got an air mattress on the floor of my office, which should put in perspective how small my office is, right? I got my TV, air mattress, and then computer set up, and then that's the door. That's it. I've been in here for 4 days now. I don't know, that sounds like it could be a horror, but like, this is not that bad of an air mattress. I slept pretty well. I've got a, you know, a TV with Netflix and Hulu and Disney Plus, and my computer full of video games, my PS5. Like, I've been chilling in here, you know? My only one thing is that I want to like work, you know? I want to be able to create content, and for the past 3 days, like, my voice has been shot, so like I can't even sit down and record a video. I think yesterday was the first day that like my voice was starting to feel okay, and I waited until today to really know that I was feeling good enough to be able to sit down and record this video for you guys. And even so, I'm like coughing and sneezing between cuts, you know? But once I'm feeling well enough, even if I still have to quarantine, at least I can still stream and record and edit videos from here, and that's fine. That's what I want. I don't mind living in my office for a little bit longer. I just want to be able to do something. So now that I can finally actually do something, I'm sitting down and finally actually doing something. Ta-da! Hope you're enjoying the video. But usually what I do in these is I tell a story of what I've been doing for the past couple weeks. If it's something grand, like, hey guys, I went to Florida, we went to the beach, I got sunburn all over my feet, the skin is still peeling, look at that. That is disgusting. Holy. You see that? That came right off my foot, and then everybody got COVID. Or it might be something little like, hey, I saw a gecko outside and he was adorable and I love him and I named him Charlie. I still think about him sometimes. I miss Charlie. And so for the past like 6 months that I haven't recorded one of these, a lot has happened and I didn't write all of it down. I usually have a little notepad somewhere in my video tools folder where I talk about the things that I wrote down recently. And right now it's blank because I just stopped writing things in it because I was like, I'm probably not gonna make one of these for a while. The things that have been happening recently, I went to Florida for a week and then came back and then everybody got COVID. My symptoms actually haven't been that bad. Like, I just had a sore throat at first. And as my sore throat was relieved, I then lost my sense of smell and taste, but only for like 1 day. And then like now I have a runny nose and I have to blow it every once in a while, but that's not so bad. That's pretty tolerable. But yeah, I can sit here and I can be like, Toontown. But before that, I had this like wicked road trip where I went and picked up Michael from Texas and then we drove for like a day straight. That was dope. So I'm gonna shout out myself again because this is once again my platform and I can do what I want with it. But if you ever want to keep up with any of my travels or any of my stories, most of the time I go on my Instagram and I have these like highlights on my main Instagram page and I call them something different every single time. And the last two are the last trips I just mentioned, and those can probably tell a much better story than I can here of like all the little things that we did and saw and experienced. And you know, follow my Instagram. I'm on there like every day posting pointless stories. But we did a very similar road trip where I flew to Florida like at the beginning of the year and we did like that very similar road trip back. But this time we started in Texas and so it wasn't that bad. So the roads were really familiar. Like we basically took the same path and it was a swell time and we were speeding and we peed in a bush and it was awesome. Oh yeah, and I dyed my hair. But I mean, if you've seen any of my other videos, you already know that. I'm just trying to figure figure out what else I can say before I move on to the next thing. You know, I'm just gonna move on to the next thing. So the next thing is that I was irresponsible with my plan and my timing, and I think that's just because I'm low on patience, and I don't know why I'm low on patience. Like, I feel like I need to do everything right now, and I don't, because life is the longest thing that you'll ever have, and you don't need to rush it, and everybody goes at their own pace, and that's fine. But one of the things I wanted to do was another subathon, and I was like, that could be a lot of fun. Also, I still owe $4,000 on my tooth surgery, down from the $6,500 it was, so it's slowly going down, don't worry. But like, it's money, and I was like, you know what would help with that? Maybe another subathon. Also, my VR broke, and I want another VR, but that's besides the point. So the original idea was to do the subathon like the moment I came back from vacation, and then like stream for a week straight, and that sounds like it could be a lot of fun and really cool time. And then I got sick, and then my motivation to do one kind of shot, because now I was like, what am I gonna do for a week straight? I don't know. But I was thinking, I'm just gonna announce it now publicly here for you guys on YouTube, and then constantly mention it on stream so that there's enough build up, and then we'll just do it when the 1.3 update for Corporate Clash drops, which again probably won't be this month, but it could be like early next month sometime. Could be, I don't know. Again, I don't have any inside information. I don't know a guy, probably. So this is my official announcement that we're doing Subathon 3, the last crusade, finish out the trilogy of Subathons when the 1.3 update drops, and then we're gonna be playing the 1.3 update for basically a week straight, but also other games too, because I know people are like, hey, are you gonna play Wizard 101 or Pirate 101 or I don't know, a Paw Patrol game or something? And I was like, yeah, we could do that too. But that's the plan. That's the official plan. When 1.3 drops on Corporate Clash, whatever that announced date is, I'm not doing anything else unless it's TwitchCon, and I'm just be like, that's the week that we are just streaming for a week straight. Let's go, let's do it. Finally get to the boiler. That's crazy. We've actually only been doing this like 20 minutes, less than 20 minutes actually. Why do I remember field offices taking like 45 minutes? I don't know. But anyway, I want to open up the topic of conversation to one more thing that might be slightly controversial, and it's gonna be a good conversation, I think. TwitchCon was announced to be in person for the first time this year in a long time, and it is taking place in San Diego, which is kind of a short drive from here. Short compared to the 17-hour drives I've been doing earlier this year. And I definitely want to go because I do love all things Twitch. I've spent a lot of time on Twitch. Twitch has been one of the sole proprietors of keeping a roof over my head. And as a partner, that I get discount tickets and free stuff, and so I've already bought my ticket, and my friends already wanted to book an Airbnb. But the real big conversation point here is that they decided that they were like, hey, we don't need any sort of health restrictions or regulations dealing with COVID-19. And you know, me being somebody who's just been recently sick by it, haha, that's kind of concerning, because I do know that this strain, more than any of the others, is one of the most contracting, right? Like, it is so easy to pick it up and pass it along. There's a word for that. What's the word for that? Although its symptoms are tame, it's super contagious. Contagious! It's highly contagious. It's the most contagious strand. That's the word I was looking for. I definitely didn't have to Google it. So it being the most contagious strand, the fact that they aren't doing anything to be able to stop the spread is concerning. It's less lethal and less deadly, but still, like, bro, it hurts. I'm so used to the strap being to put down some remotes, and I was like, I've never done one of these on this tune. I have no remotes. I guess I will lure. Anyway, where was I? So with the health regulations being so loose, and they're saying that they don't require vaccination cards and you're not required masks, there is going to be not only people not being safe there, but the people who have not taken the steps to vaccinate themselves and are a higher chance of carrying and contracting would also be caught into the mix as well. So yeah, it's a little concerning. I mean, that doesn't mean I can't still wear my mask, which I most likely will, because, like, obviously getting sick sucks. Why would I want to get sick again? Just in general, even before the whole pandemic, people going to conventions would regularly wear masks. I've seen it all the time. Getting that many people together is already high risk for spreading any regular diseases like a cold. But there's been like a huge talk on social medias, including this whole, like, I don't even know if I could call it passive aggressive. It's just an aggressive article by Kotaku at this point. And it's like, obviously they aren't making the right choice here, but at the same time, the whole United States isn't making the right choice. Everywhere I go, nobody's wearing a mask anymore. Everybody just kind of has said, you know, this is gonna be here and we're gonna deal with it, and that's unfortunately the state of society that we live in. We live in a society. So I want to hear your feedback, because I think this is a very viable topic of conversation, and hopefully everybody stays rational and polite about it. But what do you guys think? Were you interested in going to TwitchCon? Has this changed your perception about going to TwitchCon? Were you not going to TwitchCon at all, but you want to be angry about it? You can leave a comment and I'll reply to some of with them and we'll have a good conversation. Maybe. Define good conversation. But yeah, that's supposed to be happening in October, and then September stuff happens and I'm not sure what, and I need to like make some notes of things that are happening in September. October seems like it's gonna be stacked. August is already stacked. I am like ready to sit down and just start working again and streaming every single day and working on these new videos and playing new games and going into debt from buying all these new video games, even though I have this whole backlog of video games I haven't played yet, and that's already put me in debt. And just spending time and hanging out with you guys. Actually, during my sick leave here, can I call it sick leave? Nobody's paying me. I'm not getting paid to do nothing. But during my sick leave here, I've started playing Slay the Spire because my roommate told me, hey, you should play Slay the Spire. So obviously I just did it. And I'm always hesitant to get into games like that because it's like this turn-based strategy game where you build a deck and stuff like that. And the reason why I'm always so hesitant to do something like that is because I know I love these strategy type of games that I can just figure out and learn how to play, and then I get lost in it, which is what I did. I now have 24 hours in the game and I've only been playing it less than a week. I might have to double check those hours. I don't know. Might be even more. It's got to be like 36 because for the past 3 days I woke up and I booted up my PlayStation and I just played that while like watching Netflix for like 10 hours. Very kind of him to tune up. I will tune up the guy tuning up, and then the other two can figure out what they're doing. Yee. But yeah, there's definitely like 9 other things that have happened since the last Toony the Tiger episode, and I've forgotten all of them because I've written none of them down. I have this little Gravity Falls. I have this little Gravity Falls pig. He's so cute. Oh my god, I love Waddles. Actually, my friends called him Chad Thundercock. I totally see it. I totally get it. And did we win yet? Oh, it's so close. No, we won. All right, we're good. But if you're seeing this video up, it means I'm probably back to my regular routine again, as regular as it can be. Because my regular routine is usually I wake up and I like come downstairs and I might work on editing. I might do some of my cardio, might go to the park, make something to eat, research some things for stream that day, and then at some point start my stream, and then that's what I'm doing for the rest of the night until at the end of the day, and then I edit until 3 a.m. and then I go to bed. So it might not be like that schedule, but schedule enough where I'm actually working again, because the human psychology genuinely is like born to work. I don't know if you guys know that or not, which is why you feel bad about being lazy. There's definitely work out there that I know people don't like doing, like nobody wants to like flip burgers, but when you find something that you are passionate about, like maybe flipping burgers, it's definitely something where you feel good about doing it, right? Like you're actually being productive and you're working towards something, maybe you're earning money or whatever it happens to be. That tends to feel great, and I've been without that for the past couple weeks, and so being able to feel that again is invigorating, you know? Like I feel great. I needed to go to the Berg. I don't know why I left the Berg to come to Daisy Gardens. You know what? Maybe it's because all the bright colors just makes me feel better. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. But that's why I feel really good about making this video right now. That's why I'm really motivated, really happy. Like I don't know if you can tell if I'm smiling. I'm smiling so big. I'm the Joker, baby. But it just feels good to be productive and working again. Kind of a weird feeling, but it's true. Do I have any further words of wisdom before I go turn in this task and collect more and then say thank you guys for watching? Because I know the episode's not over yet, but it's like close, probably. I guess I have 9 people living in my house now, and the one thing I've learned about that is that it's okay to just accept things the way they are. You know, you don't always have to try to change everybody. You don't always have to try to instill the way that you live on the other people and the way that they live. Because with 9 people in the house, everybody's gonna live their life a slightly different way, at least, you know? Maybe more drastic, maybe not, who knows? But like, I'm a very clean and tidy person. Everything has its place, except for right now because everything's all over the floor because I'm living in my office. But I'm a tidy person. When I'm done with something, I put it away. When I finish something, I clean it. I wipe down my VR and put it back in its box after every use. I make my food and then I wash my dishes and then I just leave them out to dry. And then later in the day, I put them away. Like that's what I do. And with 9 people in the house, not everybody does that. And I need to accept that. And I've learned to better accept that, to the point where I'm not complaining about other people not cleaning up after themselves, but I'll like do it for them and then not be like, hey, you didn't clean up after yourself. Like, it's nice when they do, but I don't necessarily have to. But I've accepted that this is going to be a messy place for a little while until at least we get a little bit more organized and structured and maybe get people their own places. Like, I love Michael and I really do hope to be close with him for a long time, but I don't expect him to live in my living room forever. You know what I'm saying? God, I hope that we're all not sick soon so I can like actually help him out with like streaming and stuff. Him and I wanted to do like videos together and whatnot, and he's been in my room for the past several days. Wow, sticker book. Wow, I'm in the Resistance, guys. We did it. Just like Star Wars. Can I click? I hate this. Okay, I think the plan here is Toony grabs a bunch of tasks, turns them into the point where it's like, fight Cogs, and then I don't fight Cogs, and then I end the episode. Sound like a plan? I'm saying that as if I'm trying to prepare you guys for that, even though you guys can actually just look at the bottom bar and see exactly how much of the episode is left. It's like no surprise. Like, what? Hello, Mr. Cat. Oh, yes, thank you. Ah. I'll do that later. Thanks, though. I wonder if on Oak Street means, like, if there was a field office here and you did the field office that was on Oak Street, if that would count. That would be really cool. All right, we got a few here that I'm going to go run around. So here we go. Speed run time. Woo! Fishing. I'm still gonna save that. I'm not doing that right now. And of course, the last one is Little Old Man. All right, there you go. We got Cogs and bottom feeders and legal eagles and fishing. But Toony did a field office, and we're all very proud of him. And he has his gag, so I won't forget again next time. And that's been Toony the Tiger episode. I'm gonna say 13. And hopefully we get some more cool videos and maybe more Toony the Tiger and maybe some Toontown updates and maybe less COVID. Thank you guys for watching. I do appreciate it. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Catch you guys in the next one. Stay awesome. God bless. And peace.